Hi, welcome to the WeddingMix live video customer support. I started the Q&A app, so if you have any questions, you can go ahead and post them right in the app. For now, can you just post if you can hear me okay? Oh, excuse the train going by. We just moved into an office with we're in Chicago, and the L, literally, if I was Spider-Man, I could shoot my webs out the window, and the L track is about 10 feet away, so you'll hear that occasionally. And we just had our Halloween party, and I was Rogue, so I'm fully committed to my Halloween costumes. So that's what you'll see. Thanks, Meredith. So Meredith, how can I ask you, how far into your storyboard did you get? Did you start trying to pick scenes yet? And I'm just going to change the angle of my laptop camera so we only see one chin, maybe, instead of two. Oh, no, there really are two. Ew. Okay, time for a diet. Anyway. Okay, cool. So what we're going to go over today is a little bit about how to use the storyboard, but also I want you to, it's pretty interactive. I want you to go ahead and post any questions you have about how to pick your scenes, or if you had any questions about music, can you use scenes twice? I'm here for you, whatever questions you have. And I already do have a storyboard up available to be used as a practice. And we can go from there. So let's see, I'm going to check back on the event page as well if there's any other questions on there. Let's see, okay. Cool. Alrighty. So Meredith, do you want me to, oh, cool. So not very far yet. Do you want me to pull your storyboard up for now to take a look and see if you had any specific questions about it? I can do that. Let's see. Let's see. Oops. Meredith, can you type in your project ID if you know it, and I can bring up your storyboard if you'd like. Wait, I think I found it. Okay, cool. All right, I gotcha. Let's see. All right, I'm going to share my screen. Oh, yeah, definitely. Okay, we can definitely use the vertical videos. Let me share my screen. There we go. And we will take a look. Okay, so first of all, for vertical video, our editors, I mean, that's part of, so the professional editing comes with every package, and our editors will actually rotate the video for you. So you don't have to worry about doing that in the storyboard. The difference is, I mean, that's why we have the overlay on the app. So as people are shooting, they'll know to hold the camera sideways. But even if it's sideways in the storyboard, our editors will rotate that for you. It's just a matter of there'll be we don't have the black bars or anything, but there'll be like a muted background behind it, which is totally fine. So to get started with your video, I would say the first thing you want to do is probably come up with a title if you want one, because not everybody actually wants a title in their video. Some people want it to just look like, you know, just straight through the movie. But if you want a title, and it can be anything you want, but you would put it right in here. I'm not going to type one for you just in case you don't want one. But, you know, like Meredith's Big Day or something like that, you would just type it right in here. And let me see which, so your wedding style is actually cinematic. So that's kind of interesting because with cinematic, it generally doesn't include titles. Cinematic we created for people, not sure if you heard that last part, but we created the cinematic editing style for people who really didn't want titles. So it's fine if you don't include a video title, it'll just go right into the video and telling your story. If you want a title, you can, but usually with cinematic, people don't put titles, but however you want it is totally fine. So to add videos to your storyboard, and I'm not sure if the streaming is going to work so great on Google Hangout, but we're going to try it. So let's just try, let's say with the first one. You hit the plus button to put it into your storyboard, and then you'll see once something was added to your storyboard, it's kind of grayed out over here. It doesn't mean you can't use it again, but it's just kind of a visual indicator that you've already used it at least once. And then you just click on it, and it might be, my internet's being kind of slow here, but so you click on it, and then what you're going to do is just tell our editors where you want it to start or stop. So let's say you wanted it to start like right here. You just say set start. Cute, it's a whole wedding party. Okay, and let's say you wanted it to stop right here. You just say set end, and then that's it. And even if it's sideways, we can still use it. And let's say you wanted to use that same clip again for some reason, you could do that. Like let's say it was your ceremony or something like that, where it was a long clip and you wanted to use it more than once, you definitely can do that. So you would just add the same clip again, and let's say you wanted it, just as an example, from here, you would hit start to here, set end, and then let's say you wanted a caption over it, you know, and you wanted it to appear right here. You would just add the caption. Let's say it said besties. You hit set caption so that it actually has the caption over this part of the video. And that's it. And then, you know, if you want to change the order around or anything, you can. And let's see. So that's just kind of a basic overview of getting started with it, of selecting the scenes. Oops, let's see. Am I missing a question? Let's see. It's weird. These things are coming in random order in here. Let's see. Okay, let me see if I can clear out some of these questions. Select done. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. How did you select? Let's see. Okay. You're saying, how did you select that video a second time? Okay. So to select a video a second time, so you see here, there's a visual indicator that it was already used once because it's a little bit darker. You just hit the plus sign again to add it again, and then it appears. And each time, whatever the latest one is that you select, it'll go down to the bottom. So let's say I wanted to select this one next, it'll automatically go down to the bottom. So it's just the plus sign, and then I can rearrange them. Don't worry, I will take all of this out, but you can slide things around. And just to add them wherever you want. Did that answer your question? Okay. Cool. And did you have any questions? I think, let me see how long yours can be. Okay, yeah. So you had the 3 cams. So yours can be up to an hour long. And so what we'll do, usually I recommend actually trying to pick scenes that are about 20 to 30 minutes, because after that, it just gets kind of, it starts moving slow, even though it's your own wedding video. I know that sounds weird, but since you're going to, sorry, I know somebody else came on, I'm apologizing for the train that is 10 feet away. Um, so with your WeddingMix package, you're going to get all the original photos and videos that, were uploaded from your guests. And so let's say somebody filmed the entire ceremony, it's a half hour long. Don't feel that you have to include the whole thing, because you're going to get the original clip, but it's a lot more fun to watch on your anniversary if you try to make the video kind of as watchable as possible. So maybe 20 to 30 minutes at the most will be the most fun for you to watch on your anniversary. Cool. And then some other suggestions I can offer is, hold on one second. I just want to see who else joined us in there. Okay, cool. So one of the other suggestions I can offer with it is to try to include as much as you can of the unique people who were at your wedding who made it a lot of fun. So guests who are acting really kind of crazy and answering the interview questions, or guests who came a long way and are just having a blast together. They're part of what makes up the story of your wedding, and it's a lot of fun to include that in your wedding video as well. If you got footage on the app from activities other than the wedding itself, it's a lot of fun to include. So like showers or your honeymoon, it makes for the full story. Okay, and then Meredith was asking, some of the videos won't play when I click on them. It's probably that they're very long, but can you mouse over, and if you can tell me the clip name, I can probably give you a better idea. And then that's the type of thing, a lot of it is dependent on your browser and operating system, as well as on your connection speed. So like if you're, like I'm on a laptop here, but I usually plug it into the Ethernet as far as, like actual wired internet, and that does a lot better with playing the long videos. But also you want to be on the most recent version of whatever operating system you're using. So like Chrome or Safari, you want to be on the most recent version, and your operating system as well. That definitely makes a difference as far as being able to view the long videos. But I would recommend, if it's something like the ceremony or something like that, you can email help@StoryMix, and we'll take a look and see if there's something different we need to do with the files or anything like that. Sometimes it can be hard because at some weddings, people will put the camera on a tripod and film like a 30 to 40-minute clip. And that can be hard to play back, but it also definitely helps if you're on wired internet. Chrome definitely works the best, and you should be able to see it, but I can certainly check if there's certain problem clips that are not playing for you if you email me at help@StoryMix, and I'll take a look at the individual files for you. And I see that somebody else joined too, and if you want to go ahead and ask a question, I'm here for you, and I can take a look at your storyboard individually. And Meredith, if you had any more questions, I'm happy to answer them too. Let's see. And while I'm waiting to see if any questions come in, Meredith, I'm gonna take it off of sharing. Let's see. Oh yeah, I would say Chrome works really well, and additionally, the latest version of Safari works pretty well. I know I've talked to a couple of people who tried to use really old versions of Safari, like a couple of years old. Those I don't think we support anymore. Chrome is what I use. I don't really ever have problems with it. So the most recent version of Chrome. Let's see. Okay. And I was just going to take a look at some of your footage to see if I can get an idea on the long clips. Did you also have people using the app? Sorry, it's me all hunched over. Your church was, holy cow, gorgeous. Wow. That was clip 69. Okay. Wow. Sorry, I'm actually just scrolling through your clips right now to get a feel for what you have in here. Very cool. Okay. Oh, I see some other questions in here. Let's see. Okay, answered that one. Okay. Yeah, so there's 6 months from your wedding date to pick out the scenes for your video. And the reason we put that in there, well, there's a couple of reasons. One is storage space. It actually costs us money to store the videos. So, but if there's some reason you need an extension, just let me know. We can give you a short extension to, we don't want you to feel like you have to pull on an all-nighter the night before the 6 months is up to get your video in. So that's no problem. And SEMA. Oh, okay, sure. I'll take a look and let's see. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm just gonna pull up SEMA's and let me know while I'm pulling it up if you had any particular questions. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, Meredith, you were saying the one that looks like a picture of a projector does not work. I'm not sure. Can you tell me where you're looking? I'm not sure where that is. Okay, so SEMA, you have 1 hour and 56 minutes in here, and let me see. So your project, so you have the 3-camera project, so that can be up to 1 hour long. So we do need to get this down to about 1 hour just so we can, so there's a few reasons for that, but one of the main reasons is like because of the internet, we can't have it more than an hour. But this is super cute how you're starting off with, so now one thing here is I see you have the video title as addressing invitations. And so that's awesome. Like that's one of the things when I started WeddingMix that I was super excited about is that people can include things like from way before the wedding, like addressing the invitations because it's part of your wedding journey and you have that here in your video, which is fantastic. So I would say though that video title, the part up here that says video title is really like, that's the main title of your movie. Whereas the addressing invitations, I would imagine is just this section of your movie. So you might want to add just like a caption to the first clip and I can show you how to do that. I won't actually do it for you because any changes to your video, it would make sense if you did yourself rather than me, because who knows if I'll do it right. But and my internet is being slow here because I'm actually broadcasting. But if you wanted to add a caption to the first clip, you would just go down here to captions and see I'll type in addressing invitations. And then wherever you want it, you could just like move the cursor there, but let's just put it right at the beginning for this. And then you hit set caption. And then you'll know you have a caption there. But I'll actually take it off just in case you want to leave the main title as addressing invitations. But usually you would put for the video title something like, Millie's big day, or, I wed you, or I'm not feeling very creative right now, but something about your wedding. So as far as right now, you have an hour and 56 minutes of clips selected, and you were saying you thought you might have too much. So an example of where, and I do have a blog post about this, but an example of where it might make sense to cut down some of it is actually in the ceremony itself. So let me make sure you guys can see this. Yep. So in the ceremony, what winds up happening, let's say your ceremony was a half hour long. A lot of times people will want to include as much of it as possible. But what you can actually do is add the same scene more than once so that you can take, you know, a half hour or 40-minute scene and actually cut it down to like 1 minute here or 20 seconds there. And that's something I was really briefly showing to Meredith, and I'll show you here. Let me just grab a clip. So I'll just add it at the end, but you can see, I'm just going to take a screenshot of this. Okay. This was just for my own reference. Okay, so you can see on the left side, some of these clips are grayed out and some of them are still opaque. And the difference being, if it's kind of grayed out, it's a visual indicator that it was already used once in your storyboard. But so now if you wanted to get this down to an hour, what you would do, I'm just going to add this first clip here to the end. Okay, so it went all the way to the end. Don't worry, I will take it out. But let's say this was, you know, an hour-long ceremony. Well, this one is very short, so it'll be quick, but it might not be the best example of it. But let's say you only wanted from here to here, and let's say that was the first, let's say this was the processional of your wedding. So you could tell our editors to just include this part by saying, okay, I want from the beginning to here. And that's going to be the end of what I want to include. And let's say that was, you know, a minute or 2 minutes, and it showed you walking down the aisle and your bridesmaids. And then let's say in that same clip, you had the vows, you know, so you would just, even though it's grayed out, you would add it again. I just hit the green plus button again, and I say, well, I want from here, you know, it's 10 minutes in, I'm going to set the start until I want right here. And I set the end. And that's just a different part of the same clip. So I set a start, I set an end, and I can even, if I wanted, I could set a caption in there. Let's say I want to add a caption, and it says, here we go. And I set the caption over there. Let's see, I want to move this endpoint so it's after. And set it out here. There we go. I'm showing this much of the clip. So from the beginning, this is the part I want the editors to start on. This is the part I want the editors to stop on. And now I have two parts of what could be a long clip, because let's say you added the whole 30-minute clip. That would use up a lot of that 1 hour. But now you can have just, you know, the parts that you actually want to see. So let's see. Did that answer your question, Seema? Because it's not a matter of the too many clips. It's a matter of just the fact that it's over an hour. And we need to see that down a little bit. In fact, I do have a blog post I wrote about this. Let me see if I can find it for you guys. And if I can, I will type it in there for you. Okay, so I have one blog post here, how to create a wedding video you'll actually want to watch. And that goes through, there's an actual video tutorial in there on how to select the scenes. Let's see. Let me see, I will put this in the sidebar. Let's see. So that one is how to create a wedding video you'll want to watch. And I will put that right here on the Google Plus page. So if you want to refer back to it. And then let's see. And find it. Of course, not quickly. No. Nope, not finding it quickly. Shoot. All right, I will have to find it and I will email it to you guys. Okay. Meredith, I was missing, you asked a question about something about a picture of a projector that doesn't work, but I'm not sure if that was in the storyboard. So if you want, you can email me or you can ask again, because I'm not sure where there was a picture of a projector that wasn't working for you. Okay, let's see. Are there any other questions I can answer for you guys? We have a couple minutes left. Usually I get a question about the music, and let's see. Oh, so Meredith asked, do I recommend including pictures? So the WeddingMix packages include video only for the 3-camera package, but we can definitely, the reason for that is it takes about 4 times as long to edit in photos and have it look good. So in the packages that you guys have, we didn't include that in the actual pricing. I personally am a fan of just having the video, but I understand we do get a lot of people who ask for the photos, so it's something we can add to your project. There's an additional fee for it, but we can definitely do it. So if you want us to do that, just send an email to help@storymixmedia.com and we can add it to your project. It's an extra $100 editing fee because it, like I said, it does take extra time. But what we can do is we'll add something into your storyboard so you can actually see the photos that were uploaded so that you can select them to include in. But again, like me personally, I like it to be more of like a Hollywood type thing where it's just videos. Let's see, were there any other questions I can answer? Let me know. I'll hang out here for a couple of minutes and then let me know if there's anything else. And I'm checking on the Google Plus page as well in case anyone posts a question there. Okay, cool. Well, our half hour is up, so but feel free, if you guys have any other questions, to just email help@storymixmedia.com and I'll be happy to help you with using the storyboard or if you have any other questions. And that's about it. Cool. Well, have a wonderful evening.